बेड़ा पार करो मेरे साईं, बेड़ा पार करो मेरे साईं, बेड़ा पार करो मेरे साईं, पार करो उद्धार करो मेरे बाबा, घनश्यामा सुंदरा बंसी कृष्ण कन्हैया तुम हो मेरे माँ बाप भैया। घनश्यामा सुंदरा घनश्यामा सुंदरा घनश्यामा सुंदरा घनश्यामा सुंदरा बंसीधर प्रभु कृष्ण कन्हैया बंसीधर प्रभु कृष्ण कन्हैया बंसीधर प्रभु कृष्ण कन्हैया बंसीधर प्रभु कृष्ण कन्हैया तुम हो मेरे माँ बाप घनश्यामा सुंदरा घनश्यामा सुंदरा देवकी तनया हे नंदलाला देवकी तनया हे नंदलाला देवकी तनया दीन बांधवा द्वारकनाथा दीन बांधवा राधा हृदय निवासा हरे कृष्णा राधा हृदय निवासा हरे कृष्णा मधुसूदना मुरलीधरा मधुसूदना मुरलीधरा पतीश्वरा सत्य साईश्वरा पतीश्वरा सत्य साईश्वरा घनश्यामा सुंदरा घनश्यामा सुंदरा बंसीधर घनश्यामा सुन्दरा देवकी तनया हे नन्दलाला दीनबान्धवा राधा हृदय निवासा हरे कृष्णा हृदय निवासा हरे कृष्णा मधुसूदना मुरलीधरा पतीश्वरा सत्य साईश्वरा सत्य साईश्वरा घनश्यामा सुन्दरा
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering our obeisance to the Almighty. Dear brothers and sisters gathered here and those joining us virtually from around the world, Namaste, good evening, and a warm welcome to Day 15 of the World Cultural Festival 2025. We are blessed to come together as part of this one world, one family journey. The last few days have been insightful and eventful, to say the least. Delegations from several countries, from New Zealand to Mongolia, have enriched us with their cultural traditions. We have witnessed one world, one family in action right here in Sathya Sai Grama. That beneath our diverse landscapes and traditions runs the thread of our shared humanity, kindling the flame of love in our hearts to serve those in need and usher in a world of peace and prosperity for all. We will commence this evening's program with the Know Your Mission segment, where we spotlight one of the many initiatives of our global mission that is transforming lives every single day. This evening, we feature the Annapoorna Morning Nutrition Program. Food is the foundation of learning. A child who is nourished is attentive, eager to learn, and full of hope. Started with just 50 children in a small school in Karnataka, this initiative has today grown into the world's largest school breakfast program run by volunteers. Each morning, wholesome and nutritious meals are lovingly served to children from underprivileged backgrounds, ensuring that no child has to study on an empty stomach. Through Annapoorna, over 10 million children across 25 states and 4 union territories of India are receiving morning nutrition. To speak about this mission, we are pleased to welcome Mr. Anand Kadali, Trustee and CEO of Sri Sathya Sai Annapoorna Trust. After a successful career in global IT firms, he dedicated himself to a life of service, leading the morning nutrition program from feeding just 50 children in 2012 to now reaching over 10 million children across India. Under his leadership, innovations like the fortified Sai Sure Health Mix and strong government partnerships have made this the world's largest school breakfast program. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Anand Kadali.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering my prayers at Swami's lotus feet, delegates from various countries, my dear brothers and sisters, and all the students, a warm Sai Ram to all of you this evening. Every time I come here and speak, I feel it is Swami who always makes me speak, and he gives the ideas as to what has to be conveyed. Today also, Swami sent a message that a presentation needs to be done about Annapoorna Trust. And I pray to Swami that let him speak through me in this very important, esteemed gathering. 2012, when Bhagwan Baba called us to start this program, as most of you know, we thought it was just a Sunday Narayan Seva and we started this program. And these were the instructions which Sudguru gave us during that time. I thought this is more relevant for the corporate partners, so I made it into a slide like this, where he says many children go to school with an empty stomach, without any breakfast, what they can study. So we should do something as a program which is very unique, which has not been thought of. Because everybody knows the midday meals which is provided by the government, but nobody thought about a breakfast seva as a program. And this was the initiation by Baba, and under the leadership of Sudguruji. Every time I went to him, I used to get the guidance from him. In fact, sometimes I used to go every couple of weeks to give reports to Sudguruji, and that report had the cost sheet, what is the cost involved, and number of children served. So very detailed explanation was given. So my practice and training happened from 2012 onwards for this program. These are certain things which specifically are the instructions given by Baba during that time. And then he specifically told that if we give breakfast in the morning, what will be the impact created? And as most of you know, that every day we are having this Ashtavikra Gita classes. And most of you are supposed to come by 8:30 and be a part of these programs. Just imagine if your breakfast is not there by 7:30, I'm sure most of you may not have the focus on listening to Swami's classes. Similarly, even in government schools also, that is a challenge, which most of you know. One thing we all have to be very wary of is we should be grateful to Sudguruji. Just imagine for all of us, 3,000, 4,000 people are staying here, Sudguruji is organizing all the prasadam which is required in the morning, afternoon, snacks, evening, and then dinner. I think we should all give a big round of applause. He is our Annapoorna Devi, and he is the one who is actually taking care of us over here. So likewise, this slide deck which speaks about the various important aspects of giving morning nutrition program was actually conveyed to me, and later on it was conveyed to the trust members. And this is the growth story about Annapoorna Trust. Needless to say, these slides have already been shared earlier, how it formed in 2015, how the trust was formed, and after that, how we have grown in the last 10 years' time. What is most important is I have to always convey my gratitude to the wonderful team which is there with us, the trustees who are behind the scenes helping us to get this nutrition program in place, and also some of the national managers who are really working at the back end to make this happen. And this is a slide which speaks about the trustees and the national managers a part of this program. And again, this is a single unique model which is completely been followed in our Annapoorna Trust. Whenever we start a nutrition program, initially we thought, okay, let us begin with a small team, let us show the pilot, but definitely we need to keep the government informed. Without informing the government, if we are doing the program, there is no sustainability to this program. So every time we go and start a program in whichever state, we always ensure that we get the permission from the government, at least to start the program. We are not even asking for the resource funding, but at least to start the program, we need their support. Second and most important is the corporate partners. Most of you know every day we are having CSR award given to esteemed partners who are coming. Without their support, definitely a sustainable model need not be in place. So this is how we are working with Sarkara and Sanstha and Samaja. Samaja has such many teachers, cooks who are coming well in advance. Even though this classes start at 9 o'clock, they come at 8 o'clock only to prepare the needy breakfast or a healthy drink, whatever is relevant to that particular school. I just wanted to give you a small update on where we actually stand. This is a slide which always gives us the objectives, what we need to achieve. India has about 16 crores or 160 million children. These are government school children. Now in this, today, as of now, if you ask me, though we say we are serving 10 million children, it is not 10 million children. Because of Sudguru's idea, there are many NGOs, there are many state governments who actually replicated this program. So I should consider that we are almost inching towards 18 million children. So, for us, it's the idea which has to be propagated to the various NGOs or the government organizations, and then they see the value out of it and they are starting on their own. So which means we are being watched by everyone. If we are doing in 25 states and 4 union territories, definitely there is some reason why they want us to do this service. While we do for about 10 million children, we continue to put our efforts to at least cover about 80 million children or 8 crore children, which is about 50% of the 16 crore children. There is a calculation to that also. We were thinking out of all the 16 crore children, at least 50% might be coming to school without any breakfast, and that's how we made an objective towards it. But later on, Swami actually very recently went to various countries, especially to South Africa and Africa as a continent, and he mentioned that we should start something in Africa as well. There are many other places we should start putting our efforts. Now we are realizing how this small program which started is now actually going beyond India. And I'm sure in the coming time, we'll definitely see people from various countries, while they're presenting the service activities over here, they will also speak about the morning nutrition program. This is a slide about our footprint, specifically where we are present in North, East, South, Central. Largely, we are very strong in South India. We just started putting our efforts towards Northeast. Most of the time, Sudguru has been guiding me to go to Northeast. In fact, I had traveled to all the 7 states in Northeast and meeting the government officials to see if we can start this program. With Swami's grace, we are almost closing Assam, Nagaland, Tripura, and Manipur. Of course, we have a couple more states like Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, still in the offing, but once we start these 4 states, I'm sure we can spread to the other 2 or 3 states as well. This is the product which is provided to the children. As most of you know, initially we started with the breakfast model, but later on, as things change, we understood that our breakfast model should be scalable, fast, and quicker to reach to the children. And with Swami's guidance in 2018, Sai Sure was initiated. And most of you know, when you enter the ashram, you find the Sai Sure nutraceutical facility right outside. And that single facility can actually produce Sai Sure for about 1.5 crore children at any point of time. So even if you take a typical mathematical calculation, if we have to look at doing 8 to 9 crore children, if we are able to set up 3 to 4 such facilities in North, South, West, and East, I'm sure we can achieve the target. So this is just to give you an idea about what is coming forward, how people are being trained, how people like us are being trained about how we have to go and talk to government offices, how we have to go and talk to corporate partners, how we have to build Sai Sure facilities, how you can create models which are just not for Sai Sure to be given to government school children, but also for pregnant mothers, for toddlers, for Anganwadi children, for also enabling self-help groups to ensure that they are also getting certain Sai Sure products which they can sell into their villages, making it accessible and affordable. But the most important point which I would like to focus is the compliance part which is required. For about 1 crore children, if you are serving, you need to have the licenses in place, the FSSAI license, the CFTRA license. We have all these licenses in place for doing this program. And these are some of these products which have been enhanced after doing this Sai Sure micronutrient health supplement. We realized that we should come out with some ready-to-eat mixes like millet cookies, chickies, various items which will be easier for us to give it to the schools where there are no kitchens. So this is the new addition which we are trying to work on. And these are certain things, the advantages of what happens if you give that one single sip of SciSure, what will be the impact created. And these are some pictures. These are pictures from Ladakh, and these are pictures from northeastern areas. Okay, you can see over there, the children who are actually having are from the northeastern states. And most important for all of us, as you know, every year, couple of times, we have farmers coming over here, 3,000 farmers who are helping us in procurement of the ragi, which is required for our supplies. So they become a part of our family, and it is really very impactful when we go back and tell that we are just not supporting the children, but we are also supporting the farmers who are in their villages. SciSure facility, state-of-the-art facility, which has been set up about 2 years back, and we continue to see if we can start operating this SciSure facility, building it in North India, so that we can start expressing our attitude towards expanding this program in those states as well. Distribution-wise, luckily we get the support of the government, and I have a couple of slides to speak about the distribution part of it. Most importantly, as all of you know, the ragi component which is being given is just not ragi powder. It is fortified with the micronutrients which are required. So when many people come and say, you're just giving a simple ragi powder. No, you go to the SciSure facility, you get to see the actual composition of how it is mixed and then packed also. So this slide is basically about how we are actually, kind of sending it to the various schools. These are again some pictures from various states over here. These are some slides about the various engagement which we have in Karnataka. Karnataka is the first state where we started the breakfast program. And today, government gives milk powder, government gives sugar, government gives a distribution support. We are actually giving the fortified ragi. Again, that also we are getting support from the government. Again, with Swami's grace, it took 10 years for us to actually come to the stage of doing a complete, full-fledged Karnataka SciSure program. You go to any government school, you will find our SciSure packet over there. So this is about Karnataka as a state. Then we have started working in Telangana, a similar model where we are getting support from the state over there, a 50% support from the government, and another 50% comes from the trust side through corporate partners. Similarly, very recently we started working on Assam, and we are almost inching towards closing MOU sign-off with them. Once we have that MOU sign-off, I'm sure we can express our Sai Seva in all the other states of Northeast. And these are some of the places pan-India where we do, apart from the millet-based product, which is the ragi, we also have a malt-based product. So we also do that in some of the places where people don't like taking ragi as a product. Rather than that, they are interested in other millets. So we are working on pan-India basis based on the regional pellet and the taste which they like. These are MOUs signed with various state governments, and we continue to have more and more MOUs coming up in place. Now we are trying to see how we can replicate the same thing in other countries also. And these are some statutory documents which are required for any organization, especially for Annapoorna Trust. We are going and reaching out to various states, so they ask us various statutory documents, and we are totally having everything completely presented in our website. You go to our website, you get to see all the documents, your ATG, FCRA, audited statements, everything are there, so that when people come and ask us, we straightforward tell them to please visit our website, and everything is there for you to download over there. Some of the awards which we got in the last couple of years for all the service which you're doing over there. And then, again, just wanted to leave you with the impact assessment as what Swami has told, the attendance improvement, how the attendance has improved, how the height has improved, how the weight has improved. So we did a lot of detailed analysis by going and talking to the teachers, taking the attendance register and trying to see the impact created. So this is a slide on the attendance impact. Then you have the body mass index analysis for the children who are stunted or wasted, how they're able to improve their growth because of the intervention of SciSure. And of course, similarly, height and weight analysis has been done over here. Finally, this is a slide which speaks about what are the SDG goals which we are trying to achieve by this program. Definitely, we have number one, hungry, the no hunger part of it. Then we have the zero hunger, the poverty, the various things are shown on this slide over there. And then I just wanted to tell you the impact created, particularly with this program. We have to get ourselves assessment done every year. And these are certain third-party assessments which they do. And they say if you are investing 1 rupee on a child's intervention, the return our investment is 19 rupees 20 paisa. Which means, if somebody within our team says, I would like to support with my 1 rupee, you think about the interest component, right? The interest component and the impact created by this program is 19 rupees 20 paisa per child. That's the impact created by this program. Some of the corporate partners who are helping us in this program, and these are the engagement models which we work with, corporate partners, employee volunteering, then on top of it, bringing them over here and showing the campus. So many activities are done through this model. And then particularly corporate partners to get their employees and do serving for the children. All these things are a part of the Annapoorna initiative. This is a way forward. We are having the support from Swamiji. Sudguru has already given us a vision that you should look at achieving 2 crore children. So we are doing our best effort to see how we can achieve this number. And last but not least, as Sudguru says, that we should look at covering about close to 8 crore children. So that is also a target which we're trying to see how we can make it happen. So with this, I conclude and I thank Swami for giving me an opportunity to share a brief about Annapoorna Trust and where we stand at this point of time. Thank you. Sai Ram. Can we just play the video, please?
Every spoon of Saishwa that is put into that glass of milk, it's carrying the blessings, carrying the sacrifice of so many people, carrying the love and compassion of thousands of people and volunteers, carrying so much of purity and divinity in it. So it is like not just their daily dose of nutrition, but it is their daily dose of divinity. And that will go inside them and start working on them. And every time the child has it, something will happen within the child. Not only the child becomes physically better or mentally alert, but also spiritually evolved. And you will see this transformation because it is like prasadam that is coming from God's temple. When we eat prasadam, it carries the energy with it, the purity with it.
ಕೆಲವು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಊಟ ಮಾಡದಿರ ಬರೋ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂಥವರಿಗೆ ಇದು ಬಹಳ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬೌದ್ಧಿಕ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಈ ಒಂದು ರಾಗಿ ಮಾಲ್ಟು ಬಹಳ ಉಪಯುಕ್ತವಾಗಿದೆ. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಪೌಷ್ಟಿಕತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಈ ಸಾಯಿ ಸುರು ಕುಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ತುಂಬ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿಯಿಂದ ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಶಾಲೆಗೆ. ಕೆಲವರು ದೀರ್ಘ ಗೈರ್ಹಾಜರಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಕೆಲವರು ಗೈರ್ಹಾಜರಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ನಾವು ಬಲವಂತವಾಗಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬರ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಈ ಸಾಯಿ ಸುರು ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಉತ್ಸಾಹವಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿತಾರೆ, ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಪಾಠ ಪ್ರವಚನಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಸಾಯಿಶೂರ್ ಕುಡಿಯುವುದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಬರುತ್ತಿದೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲರಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಠ ಕೇಳುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಮೂಡುತ್ತಿದೆ ಹಾಗೂ ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ.
साइशर ये बहुत अच्छा प्रोडक्ट है. इसमें बच्चे खुशी खुशी से पीती दूध में मिला कर और बच्चों को ये हेल्थ भी है और उनकी दिमाग की शक्ति भी अच्छा बढ़ रही है. बहुत इंटरेस्ट से ही बच्चे बहुत अच्छा पी रहे हैं और ये सप्लाई कर रही हम ट्रस्ट से. इनके लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ मैं.
ಆ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ನವರು ಬಂದು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸದಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಮಾತಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬಹಳ ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಉತ್ತಮವಾದ ಕಾರ್ಯ. ಶ್ರೀ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಮಧುಸೂದನ ಸಾಯಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಲಾಖೆ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಾನು ಬಯಸ್ತಿದ್ದೆ.
Thank you, Brother Anand, for sharing the story, the journey rather, of the Annapoorna Morning Nutrition Program and how a simple, noble idea can cascade into having such a magnitude of impact, benefiting the lives of millions of children around the country. And under the guidance and blessings of Sudguru, the Annapoorna Morning Nutrition Program is crossing milestones by every passing month and creating a beautiful impact in society around the world. Nations from across the world have been sharing their culture and service initiatives, reminding us of our shared values of love, compassion, and unity. And this evening, we are delighted to celebrate Palestine. Palestine, nestled between the Mediterranean Sea and the Jordan River, is a cradle of civilizations and crossroads of faith. It stands as a land where the sacred and the everyday are woven seamlessly together. Its ancient stones have witnessed prophets' footsteps, the prayers of pilgrims, and the hopes of generations who have looked to this land for inspiration and solace. From the olive groves to the bustling markets, Palestine's spirit is one of resilience and unwavering faith. The land's spiritual significance is matched only by the warmth of its people, whose traditions of hospitality, poetry, and music echo the call to peace found in its holy sites. Here, the call to prayer mingles with church bells and the hum of daily life, reminding us that the quest for harmony within and without is a sacred journey. India and Palestine share a relationship anchored in solidarity, development partnership, and cultural kinship, bridged by people-to-people ties and a shared commitment to peace and human flourishing. As we gather under the banner of one world, one family, we honor that bond. This evening, we are deeply honored to present the One World, One Family Humanitarian Award to Ms. Summer Zaga from Nablus, Palestine. A research and teaching assistant at An-Najah University, Ms. Summer has dedicated her life to restoring dignity and hope for vulnerable families in Palestine. Through her initiative, Messengers of Love, she and her team provide food baskets, medical aid, rent support, and education to hundreds of struggling families. She also launched the Queen's Bag, a unique project bringing joy and healing to hospitalized children through stories, art, and messages of love. Her work goes beyond material aid. It is about emotional and spiritual care, reminding people that they are seen, loved, and not forgotten. Inspired by her mentor, she believes true service flows from a pure heart and carries the spirit of one world, one family. May we now invite Ms. Summer Zaga to the stage to receive this award from Sudguru and to share a few words with us.
Assalamu alaikum. I offer my humble heart and love to our beloved Sudguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. With deep gratitude and love, I stand before you today on behalf of our brothers and sisters from Palestine to share a small part of journey we've lived in the fields of a humanitarian service. In a land where challenges multiply, yet souls continue to bloom despite the pain. We have strived to be a small light in someone's darkness. We distributed food baskets, medicines, toys to children in hospitals, and clothing to families in need. We lit up schools and assist by supporting education for hundreds of students in need. All this was possible because of a kind-hearted father I met. He had a heart made of pure light, a human being who handed the key to step into dedicated, sincere, and sacred service, Dr. Nawaf Shibli, or as I lovingly called him, Baba Nawaf. He opened for us Sri Sathya Baba's door of unconditional love that never closes. I learned that when we serve, we don't give, we receive. And with Father Nawaf's luminous guidance, many like me were placed to reach the safe shores of service under the exalted teachings and examples of our beloved Sri Sathya Sai Baba, beautifully embodied and carried into action by Sri Madhusudan Sai, whose life reminds us that love in action is the highest form of prayer, and that to love means to love freely, with no conditions and no expectations. It doesn't matter what faith we belong to. What matters is the love that unites our hearts. From the depth of my heart, I extend my gratitude to my spiritual mother, the Holy Mother, Dr. Inanna Nolan, who gathered our hearts upon love across every sect and every faith into Al al-Hub, the family of love. My biggest learning is that one must see God in the faces of everyone and to serve the Almighty in every outstretched hand. Thank you to everyone who believed that goodness is possible even in the hardest times. And thank you, Sudguru, once again for the honor which I don't see as mine alone, but as a tribute to all the souls who serve with love in silence and in light. With a prayer that may I always remain in service, I conclude. Shukran.
Thank you, Ms. Summer, for sharing those kind words, and prayers to the Almighty, wishing you all the success in your noble mission. Now we will have a presentation on Palestine's culture, philosophy, and way of life. To present about the rich culture, traditions, and spirit of Palestine, may I invite Ms. Shuruq Muhammad Ramadan, a spiritual guide and life coach who has journeyed with the Palestinian delegation. Her journey has inspired her to dedicate her life to helping others heal and live with clarity and peace through initiatives such as Messengers of Love. She addressed the gathering this morning on the profundity of spiritual consciousness and its transformative power, and will now share the story of a land whose people have shown resilience and strength through generations. She will be speaking in Arabic, and it will be translated by Ms. Lima Derwish. Ms. Shuruq, please.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سلام ومحبة ونور لكل روح حاضرة معنا اليوم.
Peace, love, and light to every soul present with us today.
سنتحدث اليوم عن فلسطين. هي دولة تقع في الشرق الأوسط، معروفة بجذورها العريقة وتاريخها الغني. هيا بنا نكتشف ثقافتها وأرضها.
Today, we will talk about Palestine. It's a country in the Middle East known for its deep roots and rich history. Together, let us explore its culture, land, and people.
فلسطين يسكنها حوالي 5 مليون نسمة. مناخها متوسطي، صيف حار جاف وشتاء بارد ماطر. أرضها غنية بالتلال والوديان وبيارات الزيتون والسهول الخصبة. العاصمة القدس الشرقية والمركز الإداري رام الله. عملتها الشيكل، الدينار الأردني، الدولار الأمريكي. لغتها الرسمية العربية والإنجليزية، منتشرة على نطاق واسع.
Palestine is home to about 5 million people. Its climate is Mediterranean, hot dry summers and cool rainy winters. Its land is rich with hills, valleys, olive groves, and fertile plains. The capital is East Jerusalem. Administrative center, Ramallah. Its currencies are the shekel, Jordanian dinar, and US dollar. The official language is Arabic, with English widely spoken.
منظر لمدينة الخليل التاريخية بمبانيها الحجرية القديمة ومسجدها الإبراهيمي الشهير.
A view of the historic city of Hebron with its old stone buildings and the famous Ibrahimi Mosque.
فلسطين معروفة بأنها أرض الأنبياء ولها قدسية عميقة عند المسلمين والمسيحيين. قيمها تنتقل عبر الصلوات والتقاليد والتجمعات المجتمعية.
Palestine is known as the land of prophets, sacred to Muslims and Christians. Its values are carried through prayers, traditions, and community gatherings.
أكلاتنا التقليدية تشمل المقلوبة، الفلافل، الحمص، شوربة العدس، الزيتون، وشاي النعناع. أطعمة بسيطة لكنها تعبر عن العائلة والكرم والمشاركة.
Our traditional foods include makluba, falafel, hummus, lentil soup, olives, and mint tea, simple dishes that reflect family, sharing, and hospitality.
المقلوبة طبق فلسطيني تقليدي من الأرز والخضروات والمكسرات، تقدم مقلوباً.
Makluba, a traditional Palestinian dish of rice, vegetables, nuts, served upside down.
ترتدي النساء الثوب المطرز ويرتدي الرجال الكوفية، وكلاهما رموز للهوية والتراث.
Women wear the thobe, a handmade dress, and men wear the kufi, the black and white scarf, both symbols of heritage and identity.
الكوفية رمز للثقافة والتراث.
Kufi, a symbol of culture and tradition.
تتجلى فرحتنا في الدبكة، رقصة الوحدة والقوة، وفي الأغاني الشعبية مثل يا ظريف الطول، وفي التطريز والحكايات والشعر التي تحفظ ذاكرتنا وهويتنا.
Our joy lives in the dabke, the energetic dance of unity, and songs like Ya Zarif At-Tul, and in embroidery, storytelling, and poetry that preserve our memory and culture.
من شخصياتها البارزة توفيق كنعان، طبيب وأكاديمي بارز، اشتهر بعمله الانثروغرافي حول الفلكلور الفلسطيني والتاريخ الطبي. أسهمت دراسته في حفظ التراث الثقافي الفلسطيني. كريمة عبود، معروفة بلقب سيدة التصوير في فلسطين، رائدة في مجال التصوير الفوتوغرافي في أوائل القرن العشرين، وثقت الحياة اليومية الفلسطينية وألهمت أجيال من الفنانين.
Notable personalities: Tawfiq Kanaan, a distinguished doctor and academic, renowned for his ethnographic work on Palestinian folklore and medical history. His studies helped preserve Palestinian cultural tradition. Karima Aboud, known as the Lady Photographer of Palestine, a pioneering woman in photography during the early 20th century, captured every Palestinian life, inspiring generations of artists.
رغم الجمال والإرث ما زالت التحديات كبيرة. التغذية، حوالي 9% من الأطفال يعانون من التقزم. التعليم، نسبة محو الأمية بين الشباب تصل إلى 99%. الصحة، مناطق الصراع تفتقر المصادر الطبية. الرعاية الاجتماعية، حوالي 2 مليون نازح في غزة وأكثر من 80% بلا عمل.
Despite its beauty and heritage, challenges remain. Nutrition, 9% of children are undergrowing. Education, youth literacy reaches 99%. Healthcare, conflict zones lack resources. Social care, around 2 million displaced in Gaza with more than 80% unemployed.
تقوم الجمعيات المحلية وشركاء عالميون مثل اليونيسف وصندوق الأمم المتحدة للسكان بتقديم التعليم والصحة والدعم، مما يثبت أن المحبة بالفعل أقوى من اليأس.
Local NGOs and global partners like UNICEF and UNFPA provide education, health, and support, proving that love in action is stronger than despair.
فلسطين ليست فقط أرض صراع، إنها أرض الذاكرة والأغنية والأمل، ومن خلال سيفا الخدمة والتضامن نسير معا نحو السلام والازدهار. شكرا لكم.
Palestine is not only a land of conflict, it is a land of memory, song, and hope. Through Seva and solidarity, we walk together towards peace and well-being. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sharuk and Ms. Lima, for giving that beautiful presentation on Palestine and engulfing us in the beauty of the country, its rich culture and traditions. We will now have a short video on the Seva initiatives carried out by the volunteers of the One World, One Family humanitarian mission in Palestine, showcasing how love and service are transforming lives through assisting in nutrition, education, and healthcare. May we have the video, please? Addressing us next is Ms. Nevin Shendi from Palestine. A university assistant at An-Najah University and community worker, Nevin has dedicated herself to improving lives in her community by always striving to contribute positively to those around her. Beyond her academic and social service, Nevin has also embarked on a spiritual journey that has brought her here to India to connect more deeply and to be a part of this great community. Please give a warm welcome to Ms. Nevin Shendi.
Assalamu alaikum. Respected elders, my dear brothers and sisters, loving greetings to one and all. I'm deeply honored and grateful to be standing here today, representing the sacred land of Palestine, in this divine gathering that celebrates 100 days of the advent of love, service, and oneness. In the radiant presence of Sri Sathya Sai Baba and under the divine guidance of Sri Madhusudan Sai, I bow with love and reverence and stand before you not merely with words, but with a heart transformed by service and open to the dimensions of the soul through it. They asked me, how has selfless service impacted your spiritual journey? And I replied, it was not just an impact. Service became the doorway through which I entered my true self. It was the path that led me from I to we, and from we to him. When we serve, we are not giving something away. We are being restored from the illusion of separation, from the pride of knowledge, from the walls of mine and not mine. In a single sincere moment, when I reach out to ease someone's burden, I find that I'm the one being healed. I came to see that every being is a reflection of the divine, and that even the smallest act of kindness, a smile, a word, a meal, a touch, is a sacred offering that echoes through the heavens and plants light in the earth. Through service, the ego began to dissolve, or at least to be softened, as ice does in the gentle warmth of truth. In the presence of suffering, I learned that love is not a luxury, it's a responsibility. In the presence of need, I realized that grace is not to be kept, it's to be shared. Others became my mirrors, and in the eyes of those I served, I began to recognize my true face. A face not made to grasp, but to give, not to possess, but to bless. And in this giving, I understood that we are not just changing the world, we are shifting the vibration, lifting the frequency, opening the gate to a new era, an era beyond religion, race, name, and nation, an era whose only language is love, whose only belief is unity. All is one, and we are all of God and for God. I came to understand that service is not something we do in our spare time. It is the way we live and sacred life. It is prayer in action. It is how we become that we seek. I'm deeply grateful to God for allowing me to be a vessel, even for a moment, of healing, hope, or kindness. Grateful to Sri Sathya Sai Baba, who taught me that service is not a favor, it's an honor. And to Sri Madhusudan Sai, who walks this truth each day with his feet and with his silence. I close with what my heart has witnessed. When we serve with love, we come to know God. And when we know Him, everything falls silent, except the light within. And with all my soul, I offer my gratitude to the divine teacher of Sri Sathya Sai Baba, the embodiment of selfless love and sacred service, to Sri Madhusudan Sai, the living flame of this light, who guides the world with his presence, to my beloved teacher and guide, Dr. Nawaf al-Shibli, who taught me to see with the eye of the heart and walk with the truth even when alone, and to my soul mother, Inanna Nulan, mother of compassion and the tender hand that helped me remember who I am and fall in love with life once more. To you all, my love, and to service, my eternal path. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Thank you, Ms. Nevin, for sharing your beautiful, transformative journey in the path of love and service. I now pray to Sudguru to bless us with his divine message.
It was Rumi, a poet, who said, Wounds are the cracks through which light enters. Sometimes the difficulties in our lives are the reason why we turn towards God and find a greater purpose, a greater meaning to our lives. In the last few days, we have been celebrating many countries from the Middle East. And as we all know, life is not easy in most of these countries for most of the people. You never know there will be another day. You do not know sometimes whether you will get the next meal or the medicine that you need, or would you go to school again. Some of these questions, which are so basic to one's fundamental to one's existence, are not answered in many of these places. Yet when I see people come from there and talk with such love, so much of compassion and kindness, and with such hope for a better future for everyone in this idea of unity and harmony, it really fills my heart with a lot of hope and joy to listen to our devotees and the delegates who are coming from these countries. Sometimes I think and I wonder if there was any possibility of us all shifting to another planet with all the good people with us. But unfortunately, that is not given to us. All we have is this one planet Earth, our home, and it is up to us to set it right. We can't run away from the problems and think that all will be okay, but we have to work to solve our problems ourselves every day. And that is very important. It is easy to say, but it is very difficult to do. It is easy to preach, but very difficult to practice these great ideas. But under the guidance of Dr. Nawaf, who has been a guiding light and mentor to so many of the people in the Middle Eastern countries, who took the message of Bhagwan and taught it to so many people who do not necessarily follow the practices that we follow in India. But yet all of them understood the essence, the greater message of love and harmony, of peace and camaraderie, and they resonated with us. I am not saying that all the problems were solved, but definitely it gave hope to those who were looking for one. And that is the power of inspiration. You may not be able to solve all the problems at once, but you do give people the courage to begin solving them, one at a time. And as we talk to these people, our brothers and sisters from the Middle East, mostly coming from countries where life is not easy, as I mentioned, and yet talk about love, peace, harmony, and this brotherhood, it truly makes us think how blessed we are sitting in such a secure land. Some of us come from very developed countries where there is no dearth of material resources. They do not know of things like poverty and deprivation, of conflicts and wars. We must always thank God for what we already have. Develop gratitude for all that we are already blessed with, because there are millions out there who do not have this. I do not want to particularly mention any of the politics of things, but then I do know that when things are not right, the people who suffer the most are the innocent and vulnerable children, women, the elderly. And that is heartbreaking, because it's very difficult to even reach out to them and help them in some of these difficult areas. All we can do is to send our heartfelt prayers or support anybody else who is there on the ground and helping the people in those places. So I truly want to convey to the people of Palestine and all the other countries who have arrived here in the last few days that we stand with them in solidarity of support, and we would do everything in our might as the global family to bring relief, succor, hope and a future to those who are suffering. I truly wish, as I said, if there was any other way out of all these things, if we could just go to another planet and start all over again, we could have done that. But unfortunately, that is not going to happen. We can't turn the other way or run away from the battlefield. We have to set our house, our home right. And that is the idea. Even in a family, When 4 people come together, there are disagreements on small and big things. But at the end of the day, we learn to resolve it, and we sometimes agree to disagree. Though most of the times we disagree to agree, yet we finally find a way to still live together under the same roof, because we are after all a family and we can't abandon each other. That's not how family works. So as I said, while there might be a long-term solutions to these things in love, peace and hope, but in the short term, whatever help we can do to the people who really need our help at this point in time, I think as a global family we must be ready to extend that. And to all the people who have come from all these countries, once again I want to convey, we are very happy to have you here with us, to hear your stories, to hear your idea of the global family, to hear your understanding of how peace can be achieved, and to be inspired by your undying spirit of fighting on to bring harmony, peace and prosperity to your people. It truly is inspirational, and we want to again convey that as a global family we always stand by you to do whatever we can, and whatever possible support and help can be extended, I call upon everyone from around the world to please pay attention and do something about it. And I'm sure there are agencies, especially our own people, who can do much over there. Ever since I was a child, I've been hearing about Palestine, and I've been hearing about the difficulties the people face. They have always been in the news channels, but for not a very happy reason. But I want a day when Palestine is known for happy news coming from there, where people are living in harmony, they are living in peace, they are living in security, and they're in progress, and they're looking forward to a brighter future for one and all. So I really wish that things will be very soon going to be good, going to be happy and peaceful for all the people. And to, as they say, to the Lord Almighty, they pray to Allah, the compassionate one, that we pray that may Lord's compassion be upon everybody, with the sufferers, so also with the wrongdoers, so that everybody expresses compassion only through their thoughts, words and actions, and that's how the world can heal. The cracks can close, and finally the wound would be no more. But till then, we continue to plow on and work towards a better, brighter future for our children, our people, brothers and sisters who are there somewhere far away. And we want to convey to them that they are not forgotten or forsaken. We remember them and we do think of them with great hope, with great love and prayers in our hearts, and also whatever possible we are more than committed to do. So once again I want to convey to the delegates who have come from Palestine that you are our brothers and sisters, you are a part of this family, and we are always there with you for all time to come. I also want to thank Anand for taking us through Annapoorna's journey. It was a small experiment which started in a very small way, but to the resilient spirit of Anand, who would not give up despite whatever challenges came. I remember it was just, let's say, 3 of us in the room, 2 physically and 1 in the subtle, who would discuss on and on and on about Annapoorna program. And Anand would come sweating, panting, huffing, puffing every other week, for he would not be able to even get 50,000 rupees to fund the program for a few children. And today you can imagine if you are serving 1 crore children every day for at least 3 to 5 days of the week, and per serving costs you 2 rupees, you can imagine what is the size of the program. That is the size of Annapoorna, which has grown from 50,000 rupees, which we could not raise to fund a few children's breakfast, to going and serving 1 crore children almost every single day. In Karnataka, from 3 days now we have moved to 5 days because the government requested us to do that. Of course, this could not have been done without the support and help of so many people from around the world. And this is the global family. Annapoorna program is not just supported by Indian people or Indian corporates or Indian volunteers. It is supported by people from around the world. Now, what have they got to do with children in India and their hunger? But they feel that they are also part of this great global family. And I always say children are the most important members of the family. They are the seeds of the future. In them lies the lineage or the heritage of the family. Unless we protect them, we cannot protect the world. And I want our children around the world, whether they are here or they are in Gaza, or they are in Palestine, or they are in Syria, or they are in any other place. I want them all to grow up with hope, with kindness and with compassion. But they would not know about it unless they have experienced it. And we have to make them experience what kindness means, what compassion means, what love means by taking care of them. And when we do it for them, they will get inspired, and they will, when they grow up and they are capable, they will show this love, compassion and kindness to others. So that is why we invest so much in children more than anybody else, because I know I cannot run away to another planet, but I can make this planet better by taking care of our children, taking care of our future. So that is my way of solving the problems of the world. While the present issues may take their own time, but we want the children of the world to grow up in a better environment where they feel safe, they feel secure, they feel loved and cared for. And that is possible. That is possible if we all put our hands and hearts together. And that's exactly what Annapoorna is doing, and I have given them the vision that they must cross the shores of India and go and serve in other countries. I've been to some of the very difficult countries of Africa, and people came and told me that whatever little aid support they were getting from world agencies, that also has been withdrawn recently, and that is going to cause starvation across Africa. Also the war-torn countries that would supply wheat and other important food items to Africa, those supply chains have also been disrupted. So children are really not being taken care of very well. And what kind of gratitude they would have for the society when they see on one side there are rich people, actually filthy rich people, they just don't know what to do with what they have. And on the other side there are children, millions of them starving or stuck in the war-torn zone. Actually, before coming here, I was just flipping through some videos on these countries just to understand what's going on right now. And I saw a child saying, I do not want to live, I want to die, because it's better to die than live every day with so much of fear. It is just a 7 or 8-year-old child saying this. And it was very heartbreaking, because children should be looking forward to living a life which is ahead of them, and not talking about death and wanting to disappear from earth because of the kind of situation that they live in. So we do not want that. We want to create a more brighter world, hopeful world for the children. And I think if we can take care of the children who are half of the world at this point in time, if they can grow in good environment, they can be taken care of, I think we don't have to search for another planet. We can make our home better and continue to make our earth the very heaven that every scripture talks about. So this is where it is that we are. This is what we can do for where we are. And if we put our souls, hands, hearts together, I'm sure a better future can be created for not just one country, but for the whole world, by looking after the next generation and taking care of them with love, compassion and kindness. And that is the message that I felt inspired to speak when I heard about Palestine. And I know it's a beautiful country with multicultural, multi-ethnic, multi-religious communities, but I also know that not everything is very easy. But we wish them very well, and once again I convey that we are with them, and we will take care that whatever is in our might and more, we will always do it for them, because they are part of our global family, they are our own. Thank you again for coming here. Shukran.
We will now have a short 10-minute break, after which we'll reconvene back for the cultural program. Music in Palestine holds a special significance. It carries the spirit, resilience, and communal stories of its people. From the evocative melodies of the Oud and the Qanun to the vibrant energy of Dabke dance and Darbuka rhythms, Palestinian music embodies rich tradition and expressive depth. This evening, we are delighted to welcome a troupe of artists from Palestine to bring their heritage to life. As part of the distinguished ensemble, we have Mr. Jamil Khalil, a gifted singer whose powerful voice carries the passion and soul of the Palestinian spirit. Mr. Samir Alborno, an accomplished keyboard player, arranger, and composer who has brought new life to traditional melodies through his music creativity. Mr. Khaled Al-Jamala, a skilled percussionist, master of the tabla and tabel, who provides the heartbeat and rhythm that drives the performance. Mr. Tawfiq Al-Jamala, versatile on instruments such as the kawala, bagpipe, magical flute, and mezmar, adding rich layers of sound that reflect the deep traditions of the region. And Ms. Asil Al-Rawah, a singer from Gaza, whose voice echoes the strength of her people, turning music into both prayer and celebration. Together, they bring us the soul of Palestine through sound and song. Please welcome the ensemble with a warm round of applause.
والله يا حروف الوطن زي العقد في الصدر محلى محلى فلسطين الحبيبة مغلى الوطن يا عرب مغلى مغلى واللام اللام اللام واللام لما توحدوا كان الحجر مقواه والسين سؤال الساجين امتى الفرج طلعت بدر على الشهيد في ثرى أهل المراجل لم الشم المحلى واليا أهل المراجل لم الشم المحلى والنون نور النبي وقدسنا مصرا فلسطينيين وبدنا نحمي البلاد فلسطينيين وبدنا نحمي البلاد واليوم عيدك يا بلدي عيدك يا بلدي عيدك نفرح ونقابل بعضنا علمنا فوق الراس يابا كل الناس قالوا بفرح يابا كل الناس قالوا بفرح افراح عيدك يا فلسطيني عاشت بلاد الأبي عاش قائد العظيم ويلك من قلبي تحية افرح ونغني يا فلسطين عاشت بلاد الأبي عاش قائد العظيم ويلك من قلبي تحية نفرح ونغني يا فلسطين يابا كل الناس أفراح يابا كل الناس قالوا بفرح عيدك يا فلسطينيين وبدنا نحمي البلاد فلسطينيين وبدنا نحمي البلاد معروف القلعة جاينا يا بحري هيلا 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 ويا ريس ريس هالمينا معروف القلعة جاينا يا بحري هيلا 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 شدوا الهم قوي مركب ينتهى عالبحري يا بحري هيلا 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 يا بحري هيلا 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 هيلا. يا توتة الدار صبرك عالزمان انجار لا بد منعود لا بد منعود مهما طول المشوار يا يا توتة الدار حلفتك برب الكون لا بد منعود مهما طول المشوار ودتنا. هدي يا بحر هدي طولنا في غيبتنا. ودي سلامي ودي للأرض اللي ربتنا، للأرض اللي ربتنا.
يا حاذي العيس سلم لي على أمي. يا حاذي العيس سلم لي على أمي. سلام من خاطري من خاطري وسلام من تمي. ويا جامع الشمل يا جامع الشمل تجمعني أنا وأمي. تشلح ثياب الصفا واشكي لها واشكي لها همي. ويا ستي ويا ستي غاب القمر جيت انتي. غاب القمر ونجومه ضويتي علينا انتي.
هيا وحركتي قلبي ردي السلام عليا.
ومشيت تحت الشتاء والشتاء رواني والليل لما أتى ولع من نيراني ومشيت تحت الشتاء والشتاء
وين عرم الله وين عرم الله والفي مسافر وين عرم الله ما تخاف من الله ما تخاف من الله كويت قلبي ما تخاف من الله وين عرم الله وين عرم الله والفي مسافر وين عرم الله ما تخاف من الله ما تخاف من الله كويت قلبي ما تخاف من الله وين يا حبيبي وين يا حبيبي تاركني ورايح وين يا حبيبي حظي ونصيبي حظي ونصيبي ريدك من الله حظي ونصيبي وين عرم الله وين عرم الله والفي مسافر وين عرم الله ما تخاف من الله ما تخاف من الله كويت قلبي ما تخاف من الله يلا وين عرم الله وين عرم الله والفي مسافر وين عرم الله ما تخاف من الله ما تخاف من الله كويت قلبي ما تخاف من الله وين عرم الله وين عرم الله والفي مسافر وين عرم الله ما تخاف من الله ما تخاف من الله كويت قلبي ما تخاف من الله يا بناي واليرغول غني لي على حنزاري فالطول يا راعي يا بناي واليرغول غني لي على حنزاري فالطول راعي بناي واليرغول غني لي على حنزاري فالطول يا راعي ابو الناي واليرغول غني لي على حنزاري فالطول يا زريف الطول وقف تاقلك، ريح عالغربي وبلادك أحسن لك. يا زريف الطول وقف تاقلك، ريح عالغربي وبلادك أحسن لك. غيف يا زريف تروح وتتملك، غيف يا زريف تروح وتتملك. عاشر الغير وتنساني أنا. نزل عالدبكي ويدق بإجره، قلبي بيحب الدبكي من أجله. نزل عالدبكي ويدق بإجره، قلبي بيحب الدبكي من أجله. يعجبني غمزه ويعجبني حاجله، تعجبني غمزة أسمار اللونة. على دلعونا وعلى دلعونا، الهوى الشمالي غير اللون. على دلعونا وعلى دلعونا، الهوى الشمالي غير اللون. هو الشمالي غير لي حالي، خلنا غني على دلعونا. يا طير الطاير يا رايح عالديري، تحميك عيوني وتصونك عين الله. والله يا مسافر شعلاني هالغيري، فلسطين بلادي حلوة يا ما شاء الله، يا طير الطاير يا رايح عالديري، تحميك عيوني وتصونك عين الله، والله يا مسافر شعلاني هالغيري، فلسطين بلادي حلوة يا ما شاء الله. عصافة تحول عطبرية، لا عكا وحيفا سلم عبحرها، ولا تنسى الناصري هالقلعة العربية، بشر بساني برجعتها إلها، يا طير الطاير يا رايح عالديري، تحميك عيوني وتصونك عين الله، والله يا مسافر شعلاني هالغيري، فلسطين بلادي حلوة يا ما شاء الله. وفلسطين يا امي ويا روحي، فلسطين بكفيك جروحي، فلسطين يا امي ويا روحي، فلسطين بكفيك جروحي، فلسطين لا تكني ولا تهوني، فلسطين يا دواء لجروحي، وفلسطين يا امي ويا روحي، فلسطين بكفيك جروحي، فلسطين يا امي ويا روحي، فلسطين بكفيك جروحي، فلسطين لا تكني ولا تهوني، فلسطين يا دواء لجروحي، فلسطين كرمالك بنت قاتل بالاحرار عطراب القوافل، فلسطين كرمالك بنت قاتل بالاحرار عطراب القوافل، شعب بنادق اعلى المنابر بالرايات لوح يما لوحي، وعلي راياتك علي، علي راياتك علي، اسمر يا ابو الكوفيه، شبين الوطن عالي، شبين الوطن عالي، زين بالكوفيه، علي راياتك علي، علي راياتك علي، اسمر يا ابو الكوفيه، شبين الوطن عالي، شبين فلسطين عالي، موشح بالكوفيه. جبارين وما بكل وما باللين، عاشت فلسطين والهم شو قوية. البداوية ردوا حلالي يا مالي، يا حلالي ويا مالي، يا حلالي ويا مالي. رد أرضك فلسطين تسوى الدنيا وما فيها، قرت أرضك فلسطين تسوى الدنيا وما فيها. لو طال المشوار سنين يرجع لي حق بلادي، يا حلال ويا مالي ويا حلال ويا مالي. يا حدينا جر الأوف بوادينا، يا حدينا جر الأوف بوادينا. رنت صوته بتحيينا تحكي له عن كل شي صار، يا حلال ويا مالي ويا حلال ويا مالي. البداوية ردوا حلالي يا مالي، يا حلالي ويا مالي ويا حلالي ويا مالي. نغني عالبداوية ردوا حلالي يا مالي، يا حلالي ويا مالي ويا حلالي ويا مالي. ما بنسى قدسنا فخر العرايا. علي الكوفي علي ولولح فيها، اني عتابة وريجانة وسامر فيها. علي الكوفي علي ولولح فيها، اني عتابة وريجانة وسامر فيها. سلكت في بحنية جبر عتابة ودحية، سلكت في بحنية جبر عتابة ودحية. هلي البقرودي هلل ويحليها، هلي البقرودي هلل ويحليها. علي الكوفي علي ولولح فيها، بن عتابة وميجانة وسامر فيها. علي الرأي برام الله وبجبال النار، وعقل العز عقالك عزم وصرار. علي الرأي برام الله وبجبال النار، وعقل العز عقالك عزم وصرار. طلقة الأولى فيها حكاية مشوار، طلقة الأولى فيها حكاية مشوار. عند الحق نخلي العالي واطيها، عند الحق نخلي العالي واطيها. علي الكوفي علي ولولح فيها، بن عتابة وميجانة وسامر فيها.
one family. We sang for Palestine with love. We hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you for the music. Thank you for the rhythms. Thank you for the prayers that you sang, and thank you for the dance at the end. I think without the dance, it wouldn't be complete. And I was complaining to Dimitris that did you organize that dance? That's very famous. Actually, they go in a big circle. All the men, they hold their hands or put their arms around, and the first one leads the dance. That is what they do. They did not do much of the dance. I think they did not practice that part. But at least they performed a bit of it to just give us the idea of that energetic dance that they do. And that's a tribal tradition in their old times. So they come together and as they celebrate, while one person plays the drum-like thing, the other people go in circle and they dance. I hope some other time we can see the whole performance. It's very, very entertaining and very energizing. But thank you so much for nevertheless doing it. And we really enjoyed it. You made us all very happy. Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Jamil, Samir, Khalid, Tawfiq, and Ms. Asil for that soulful performance, which carried the heart of a nation through song, music, and dance. It reminded us that while languages may differ, the language of music unites us all as one family. As we now bring this evening to a close, may I request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem of Palestine, followed by the national anthem of India.